Here are my top 10 John Cena matches of all time. Now, John Cena's career is coming to a close in just 10 short days, so I figured why not give you 10 of my favorite matches of his ever. And there's going to be a couple of honorable mentions, so if I don't mention yours, I apologize. And remember, this is just my opinion. Without further ado, here we go. Number 10, John Cena versus Triple H for the WWE title at WrestleMania 22. Now, at this point in John Cena's career, he's already been established as the face of the company, one of the top guys that the company has to offer, going up against Triple H, who not too long ago just got off his reign of terror and is one of the top heels of that era. And despite Cena being the face of the company, we saw something during this match that I didn't think we'd see. We saw the fans slowly but surely turn against John Cena. And they put on a classic match because for me, this is more of a passing of the torch kind of match because let's be real, Triple H didn't really need that title. And this was only establishing Cena as one of the greats of not only his era, but the greatest of all time. So yes, this is my number 10 match. Number 9, JBL versus John Cena at WrestleMania 21. Now, I love the narrative and I love the build during this match because John Cena was in the US title picture for the longest time and JBL was the top heel on SmackDown at that time. And the narrative is that John Cena didn't belong in the main event picture. He belonged underneath his foot because JBL was going through a reign of terror as well. And when John Cena won this title, this is when he officially arrived. Sure, he made his name for himself with the Dr. Thugonomics gimmick, but this is when he established himself as the top face of the company. This is my number 9 pick. Number 8, John Cena versus Umaga in a brutal last man standing match. Now, this match happened not too long before the PG era kicked off, which is kind of surprising because this is probably one of the bloodiest, brutal, and most graphic matches of that era. So, yeah, I can't show all the bloody images because of TikTok community guidelines, but you guys get the picture. But it was a perfect storm because you had John Cena's never give up attitude versus Umaga, who was just this unstoppable Samoan wrecking machine. He spent a good year just squashing everybody. Then he runs into John Cena, and then people was like, oh man, he might be the one to dethrone John Cena. Nope. Mr. Super Cena was showing his head, and he gave us one of the most beautiful performances. He put his body through hell, and he even choked Umaga out so bad to the point where you could still see the rope marks on his neck in the next day. And yeah, say what you want about John Cena's wrestling skills, like he might not be the flashiest or the most technical, but this showed that he has heart and he's willing to put himself through hell. Number 7, Edge versus John Cena for the title in a TLC match. Now, the John Cena versus Edge feud had to be one of the best of the Ruthless Aggression era, and this match, by far, is probably my favorite out of all the matches that they had, especially because going into this match, this was Edge's specialty, and it was happening in his backyard. Not to mention, there was a juicy stipulation added that if Edge was to beat John Cena, then Cena could never challenge for the championship again as long as Edge is the champion, and he had to sign a 3-year contract to SmackDown. But these guys tore the house down with this TLC match, crashing through tables, getting pushed off ladders, chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. And there was so many false finishes during this match, it was crazy. But yeah, John Cena pretty much was the underdog in this match, or at least that's what they wanted you to believe. But he came out on top once again. Number 6, John Cena versus Randy Orton in the I Quit match. Now, it would be an injustice to not have this anywhere on your list, because we know that the blood feud between these guys was probably his number 1 out of the Ruthless Aggression era. And despite John Cena being the face of the company, there were so many times throughout this feud where Randy Orton got the better of John Cena in so many different matches. And even if John Cena seemed like he was going to win, Randy Orton found a way to slither away with that world championship. But I'll be lying if I didn't say that these two did not beat the living hell out of each other, because they did. And by God, it was entertaining. It was a 5-star match, especially because we see Psycho Randy Orton, which a lot of people would say that was Randy Orton in his prime, going up against Super Cena. And it was a thing of beauty to watch these guys put each other through hell. But this is my number 6 pick. Number 5, John Cena versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2016. This is how you do it. This is how you put on a classic banger and you set off a classic feud, because for years there were so many people speculating what a dream match between the face of WWE versus the face of TNA at the time, AJ Styles, would be like. And as soon as AJ Styles came to WWE, they're like, oh my God, this could finally happen. You got the never give up attitude and the power style of John Cena versus the high flying technical wizard known as AJ Styles, who people regarded as the best wrestler on the planet. Now, it kind of is a shame that we didn't get AJ versus Shawn Michaels in their prime, but I'll save that for another video. But yeah, even though in this feud, a lot of people were saying that AJ got the better of John in this feud, which I kind of agree, there's not one match where these two didn't put on a freaking clinic. Don't worry, I'll get to more of those matches later. But yeah, like this match and this entire feud, it was chef's kiss. And this would be the match that you would show to somebody who's a non-wrestler fan. If somebody asks you, hey, I'm trying to get into WWE, I'm trying to get into professional wrestling, what match should I watch to get me started? Watch this match. John Cena versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam 2016. Number 4. John Cena versus The Rock at WrestleMania 28. Billed as once in a lifetime. We see what happened with that. But yes, the promos between these guys, the build-up, a year-long build-up. And it was a clash of eras. You had The Rock, who was pretty much one of the staples of the Attitude Era. Him and Stone Cold Steve Austin, they were pretty much 1A and 1B, versus the face of the Ruthless Aggression and PG eras. These two guys broke so many records and sold so many seats. And this match is still talked about to this day. It's a classic because of what it meant to professional wrestling fans to see two legends, two Hall of Famers, two GOATs in their prime going head to head. A lot of people were questioning, does The Rock still have it? And could John Cena go toe to toe, not just on the mic, but in the ring with The Rock? And yeah, I'll never forget, I was surrounded by a whole friend group when we were watching this match. We were going nuts just watching it. I was actually Team Cena at the time because I thought The Rock wouldn't have it in him anymore. But man, was I wrong. This match is a classic. Number 3, AJ Styles versus John Cena at Crown Jewel 2025. The reason why is because this match had everything that you can ask for. Drama, high flying spots, finisher fest, false finish after false finish. And it was a clean, thoroughly wrestled match throughout. They gave us what? 25, 30 minutes of damn near pure perfection? You can't ask anything else than this. And we know that this match is during John Cena's retirement tour. But if AJ did win this match, I wouldn't have been mad at it. But come on now. Like, John Cena winning this match is a thing of beauty, especially with the way that they finished this. But this is a brilliant send-off to both John Cena and AJ Styles. Because we know John Cena is hanging it up at the end of the year, and AJ Styles will probably be hanging it up at the end of next year. Number 2, CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011. Now, the underlying story was this was after CM Punk cut his infamous pipe bomb promo and said he was going to leave the WWE. And of course, John Cena was pretty much, Captain America, the face of the company. So it was a clash of two different ideologies. And it always kills me that a lot of people say that John Cena can't wrestle or he's not the best technical wrestler. But styles make fights. And when you put John Cena in there with a guy like CM Punk, who can do a little bit of everything, this is when you get the best out of John Cena. So win, lose, or draw, this is one of my favorites ever. And last but not least, my number 1 all-time favorite John Cena match. John Cena versus Shawn Michaels, the WrestleMania rematch on an episode of Monday Night Raw. Just the energy from the crowd, the back and forth action between these guys. This match didn't even have a title on the line. This match was just for pride. This match had Shawn Michaels questioning, can I do it? Can I beat John Cena? Can I beat the superhero face of the company? And these guys put on a 35-minute banger. It was one match that had to either get cut short or didn't get a chance to get aired at all because these guys went on so long. And guess what? I could have watched them go for 30 more minutes. And that finish was beautiful. A last gasp sweet chin music and him falling on John Cena's unconscious body for the pin, him just exhausted, and him waking up 30 seconds later not knowing that he won the match. That right there is wrestling. That right there is cinema. And that right there is passion. That's how you do it. And before I run out of time, because I only got 10 minutes here, my honorable mentions are RVD versus John Cena at ECW One Night Stand 06 and Rock versus Cena 2 at WrestleMania 29. But anyway, thank you, John Cena, for giving us 25 years of classics and putting this company on your back for the better part of the decade. So anyway, what do you guys think? What are your guys' top 10 John Cena matches of all time? Peace out.